Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia. Happy Thursday here in Australia at the moment. Beautiful sunny summer day. Hopefully it won't get too hot. But yes, enjoying seeing some sunshine after a little bit of rain this week. So I haven't even got down the stamp set that we're playing with today. So if you followed my Tuesday's video, you know we played with decorative borders and we made 3 cards, 3 very simple cards, pairing with it the watercolor shapes stamp set. Today I'm taking a different tact and I want to create a 1-sheet wonder, but I don't know if I'll be using a half A4 sheet or whether it will just be a card front. I think we're going to experiment and see how we go and see how frustrated I can get at stamping straight lines. So this is my plan. Whether my plan works out is a whole different kettle of fish. This morning I have been filming the videos to go along with my classes that are happening this weekend. Hey Georgiana, who else? Hello Miss Margine, how are you all? So yes, I'm going to try my hardest to stamp in straight lines. I even think I might be using some pencil lines that I can follow, you know, cheat and do what we can to try and help. Yes, I'm going to try and do that. Whether I make this 1-sheet wonder or half-sheet wonder, whatever we get to do, into cards, I'm not sure, but I at least have part of a plan. Hey Cindy, hey Corinne. So as I was saying, I have been filming videos for my class this morning. My in-person is this Sunday, and if you're in Australia and you can't come to class on Sunday but still want to participate, I can send you class at home, so send you everything you need to make the cards and access to the videos. I haven't been talking much at all this morning. Oh, hello Jody. No problems, no problem. I won't forget my bling if I make them into cards, Jody. My promise from me to you, because very rarely I don't use bling. And if you're not in Australia or you already own majority of what I'm going to be using, which is the 2-tone florist suite, and you just want access to the videos PDF and you will make up your own cards and kit, you can also do that. So just $10 for access to the PDF and videos. I think there'll be 4 or 5 videos. I'll do an intro video. I've got 3 cards that go with the kit, and I've got bonus video. So you get a lot of bang for your buck. And my class at home and in person are $30 and you get a free gift. So that is what's happening. The other thing I want to remind you of, and this will be next week's theme for my video, is celebration is careering into its end. And I thought we will visit some of our celebration products next week, because it is really sadly coming to an end, and I'd hate you to miss out seeing the products. And then if you wanted the products, I want to be able to give you time to order them. I think that, sorry, moving my water bottle, I think that is all I have to catch you guys up with. If you have any questions, pop them in the comment box and I will answer them. So whether you're here live, you just have to be a subscriber to comment in the comment box, or if you're watching on replay and have any questions, just ask. I see all the comments, especially here on YouTube. I can see all the comments. I had a problem on Monday going right back to the start on Facebook. Yeah, ask a question. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help, and you guys help me so much. You have ideas I haven't thought of, color combinations, all that kind of thing. So I'm starting with grey today, basic grey ink, which don't know where it is. Yes, I do. It's right here next to me in my class stuff. So we're going to be starting with basic grey ink, and where we go from there, I'm really not sure. So let's flip around and get started. So I know a lot of you joined me on Tuesday on Facebook. I would love to know who has the decorative border set. I know anyone who attended on stage has it, but I had a lot of people go, oh, I hadn't even noticed that set. So I'd be just interested to know, one, who has noticed the set, and two, do you have it? Just a titch. Why is Zoom always so painful on YouTube? Riddle me that. You have it. Hey, Margaret. If I didn't already say hi. Okay, I'm going to get the light and I'll be back and check on my Zoom. Oh, my zooming's pretty much right on. I am in the frame, and that's how I want it. I almost broke my recycling bin sliding. Oh, you've got it, but you haven't used it yet, Cindy. Well, hopefully I can encourage you to use it. Now, while I am just setting up paper and that, I would love some thumbs up, and if you haven't already, I'd love you to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my twice weekly videos, and I do put some other videos up as well. Oh, thank you, Corinne. Okay, so we have a full sheet. I'm not sure if I'm just like totally overwhelmed with looking at this full sheet and this stamp set. My thought, I'm actually thinking I have to cut it in half. And there's nothing wrong with cutting it in half. I'm still going to class it as a one sheet wonder because I can still get a number of projects out of that. So I think this is going to be a bit more manageable with shorter stamps because I want to stamp diagonally across my paper. Okay, I'm going to need a scrap piece of paper. This one's almost clean. Someone spilled tea on it. These scrap pieces come from my classes. So someone spilled tea or coffee on it. It's okay, it wasn't too much, so I'm sure none of it went on their project. So I'm looking at being a little bit more graphic. My cards from the other day, I don't even know where they are. I got them. Where did they fly off to? That's very interesting. Oh, they're right here in front of me. So for those of you who missed my decorative borders cards on Tuesday, this was card 1. This was card 2. Bring it down a bit. And this one was card 3. Oh yes, but sometimes I do get very stressed stamping. Trust me, I had that this morning, and I did plan to do a lot more this morning, and it didn't work that way. But I did fix the problem that I had, which was a really good thing, because if something went wrong, oh, go for it, Margine. Go for it. Now, girls, I am thinking of starting up a group for us because I know so many of you go away and play along with what like use similar products to what I have and create your own creations, and I would love a place for you to share them. So would you like me to set up a group so you can share those creations? Because I don't want to set it up if you girls don't want to use it, but I do often get messages of creations you guys have made. It doesn't matter if that is straight or not. So I have just mounted this one and this one, and what I thought is alternating lines with those, and then I've got these three that I can do something with, but we will see. Ah, you would like that, Corinne. Okay, so this is where I ask the next question. Miss Delinda named the group of you girls a very long time ago the Woodettes. So I don't know if that has stuck or not. If you, I don't know what to call the group, basically. That isn't, we're just going for this, guys. Okay. I'm not going to profess that this is going to be straight. Oh, no, that one's a bit off. But we're going to go for it. Oh, that one's a bit skewy. I have to start somewhere. Okay, it's not horrible, and it actually looks really, really pretty. Okay. First pass isn't Woodette Wonder. Well, I am not a one-sheet wonder aficionado, so I would never take that off. Other people who do one-sheet wonders regularly, I nearly dropped that. Okay, I think I'm going to have to purposely leave a little gap in between those, just because I accidentally did it. So I can't, oh, this really isn't going in a straight line. This is a problem. These two are, this one's going not in a straight line, but we can see what we can go and do. Do I keep it or do I turn it? I might turn it. Sorry, being very concentrating here. That was the most terrible English. I moved. Okay, I'm going to turn my piece around and do the same thing. Okay, we've got this far. We are not doing too badly at all. Now let's flick back and do two more lines. Okay, this is not as scary. Wonderful Woodette creations. Oh, I like that. Hey, Brenton, we're just thinking of Facebook group names because the time has come that I need to create a group for you guys to share your creations that I inspired. Okay, flip this around, do the other side. Now, does this need colouring, or should I go over it with my blending brushes and add some colour that way? This is my question, because I could colour in the little diamonds and I could colour in these bits. I mean, it's going to be a bit fiddly, but I most certainly can do it. Or do I go in with my blending brushes and like do two gorgeous card fronts that have multicoloured blending? Okay, that is the first one done. Woohoo! That wasn't so scary. Hey Jan, how are you? I'm so glad crafting, Corinne, is a stress reliever from you. It is a stress reliever from my family, but it doesn't mean that I don't get sometimes stressed and frustrated crafting, because I do. Okay. Now, someone has to remind me to pick up my iPad when I am finished with that one sheet wonder, and before I cut it, and make me take a photo, because that is going to be very much needed. These are now clean. Whoops, sorry for, yeah, not too bad. Color the thin one and blend around the other. I don't know if that is really doable. Not quite sure what you're meaning, Corinne, because it's a bit hard to blend around. Hello, Lisa. How are you? Okay, so did I want to add the little flower, or did I just want to keep it geometric? I kind of like that it's geometric, because this is geometric, but I don't think adding this will add anything to it. We're adding this one. I'm just playing and looking. Now, if I was to choose some colors, what would be your recommendations? Okay, I'm going to go for it, and you shall see what is going to happen. I am going to go quiet for this, because I really need to concentrate and not have to double stamp every one. I'll hold it there. Oh, I still miss some. Okay, look, this is, don't know if it's the inking. No, that's better. I've moved to a different part of the ink pad. So really, I know it's flowery, but I think it's working. Just to fill in that space. What do you think? I don't mind that at all. No, it's not the mat. It's actually me putting pressure on it. Hey, Bev, how are you? No color combos for me, guys. I need 2 or 3 colors to do some blending with blending brushes with. There we go. Inking on the right part of the ink pad, because I'm suspecting my middle part is a bit dry, but that's okay. And no, one there is not going to be helpful, but one imaginary one about there will work perfectly. Okay, so I'm going to make it straight to me, just using this nice inky corner. I know what it is. There's a fold in this paper. It's exactly what it is. That there, pretending that we've done like a full sheet, which we haven't, but I just felt more comfortable with a half sheet today. Just making sure I didn't actually have ink on my finger. We've all been there and done that. Cute stamping. Thanks, Mr. Linda. Kind of worked with red on Tuesday. I was kind of hoping for something a little bit different. If you guys don't have any, I do have a way of randomly getting some colors. So I can tell this isn't even, but do you know what? That's okay. It's handmade and we will deal with that. I just wanted to show maybe some different ways that you may not have thought of to use these extra pieces in the decorative border stamp set. So, because we used the flowers last time, but I also made the leaves that look good as well. Just having a nice leafy pattern would look amazing as well. Now I don't know if this is looking too busy. Got to keep the pattern. There we go. So looking great. Bermuda Bay, blue, purple, yellow. Purple family. Yes, Mr. Linda, you know me so well. It's cute, Delinda. It's not perfect, but it's handmade. And that's the whole thing. And what's happened here? I feel, oh no, I'm scrolled down. I'm not seeing the whole screen. They're going, that's a really weird angle. Whimsical. Okay, purples. Purples, purples. I could give my Fresh Freesia some love because it is one of the colours that, the in colours that is going. I could go like purple blue with Orchid Oasis. Sorry, I'm just finding my scissors to close this ink pad. And you're saying a yellow, so like a So Saffron or a Daffodil Delight. Hey Donna, how are you? You're not coming in that late. It's all good. It's all good. So Saffron. How does that work for everyone? I'll start grabbing down some of our blending brushes because I will need those. Saffron, okay, good. We're on the right wavelength, and grab that too. I think my blue one happens to be over here in one of the card kits. Oh no, that's the wrong colour. Blue. Rightio, that can go back. Okay, right in front of me. Maybe it is the only blue one I have. Yellow. Must be the only blue one I have, because I kind of have one for every colour, except I somehow ended up with 2 greens. Don't know how, but that's fine. We'll grab out the blue one, which is for the Orchid Oasis. Okay, so I have my 3 brushes, and we're just going to go for it. I am just going to blend sections. I'm going to start with some small areas of Orchid Oasis. So, thanks to Linda. I'm glad you like it. Okay. And I do always give it a bit of a dot off to see how much ink is actually in there. Now I am going in with quite a light hand at this stage, because I can always build colour up. It's very, very hard to take colour away. So as I know I'm pretty happy with the colour, and I want to come in a little bit because I don't want to just colour the lines like in strips, because that's probably a little too predictable. Okay, so I've done that. Probably want an area somewhere up here. Can always go in and add more, and I'm just going to leave it like that for the moment. Okay, I'm going to come in with my fresh freesia. Now I can, oh, that has very, very little purple in it. Light hand, oh, that was very juicy, because I'm using a very, very light hand. And where we get those colours coming together, I really want to blend over those connecting areas just to get a really, really nice blend. And I have a great brush mark in the middle because I didn't do that. I kind of want 3 hits of each colour, but I'm just playing it safe at the moment. Coming in with my So Saffron. Ooh, there's a lot on that, and I have no idea what colour I actually used. So I'm going to give this a nice brush off. Okay. Now I do want so you can see I'm blending it in to all of those edges. I'm thinking I would like to extend this area in here. Now I am going for quite soft. I'm not going super, super bold or anything like that. And possibly put a little Orchid Oasis corner down here. And come in and blend and blend. Actually wouldn't mind a little more fresh freesia up here. Just using what's on the brush to give it a bit of a blend. Okay. Just seeing where I kind of want to go here. I'm trying not to do a huge amount of blending in between the blue and the yellow because I really do not want to get a massive green band. I would like the colours to stay fairly true to themselves. And then come back in with my fresh freesia. Now, I don't know whether to leave it like this, and if I did a dottage or another image, where it will go or what it would do, if that makes sense. So how's that looking? That's looking rather cute. Hey Leslie, how are you? Sorry, busy blending here. Hello Linda. Okay. So if I was to cut this in half to make a card front, 2 card fronts, because this is half a sheet of A4, I would certainly get all 3 colours in both card panels, which is good. I like that, and that's kind of what I was going for, even though I wasn't telling you about that process as I was going. See, I've got Ruth's One Sheet Wonders in my head, and I'm just not sure. Keep working. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you. I'm going to just remove this backing just so I haven't got all those colours behind it. I think I'm happy to leave this, but I definitely want to go to my other piece and try something different. I don't hate it, don't necessarily love it either. Now, someone did mention Bermuda Bay earlier, and I'm going to grab that out. So I think we use Bermuda Bay on Tuesday. I know everyone loves Bermuda Bay. My cupboards are Bermuda Bay in here, which is quite nice. Okay, our big leaf. Because I haven't used it before. I think we're going to stick with the grey again, then we can do kind of whatever colours we want. Okay, I'm going to need to bring that messy piece back in. I want to keep my base piece that is sticky taped to my desk there for as long as possible. I kind of like the diagonal lines. Or do I do more random? It's very hard to do more random when these are all linear or square or kind of thinking of adding this one in, because we've almost used everything. Next one, up and down. Thank you, Linda. Yeah, it's going to be a long time between nail visits, so I'll have to file them back myself, but that's okay. Do you want me to turn this piece over and go up and down? Because we're not too far into it yet that we can actually do that. So So these will definitely be making, I think, landscape cards. I did not wipe this down with my hand. And you are going to be able to tell. Now, I want to clean this off and then just wipe it down, and we will get a better image. Just don't want to get ink all over my hands. Hello, Leslie. How are you? Oh, you ordered the stamp yesterday. Very happy to enable you. Whereabouts in Sydney? North, east, west, south? I'm not asking for your specific suburb unless you would like to share that with us, which is totally okay. But understand if you don't wish to. So I'm having to change up the way I do the leaf because I don't want it the same all the way up, because that'd be just boring. Now I'm definitely going to be able to add some dottage in this one, because this one is absolutely begging for some dottage. So have a look at the difference. That was an unstamped stamp, and this was a clean stamp that I'd rubbed my hand on, and you can actually see the difference. I get a much more defined image when I have run my hand over it. And I love that these ones I don't actually have to be straight with. Just makes my little brain, Newcastle Hill, right. I have heard of that. I am on the Central Coast, so I'm not really that far away. Just a little bit further north, just a titch. Okay, so I'm keeping these simple. So this is something that you can definitely very easily replicate yourself. Okay, and then I will do another flower at the top, and then yes, I will add some bits. Okay, and one more that will be slightly off the page, but that is fine. And I'm going to do one slightly off at the bottom. So then that finishes it, that it looks like it's a bigger sheet than what it is. So that is all good there. I'm just going to clean these stamps and blocks. Okay. So, dottage. I know I have well done dottage. I know I don't have that many sets with, oh, actually, I've got Beautifully Happy, which has larger dottage. Fair enough, Leslie. Yes. Well, I'm just near Gosford, so just probably about 15-20 minute drive from the beach. I do not enjoy the beach. I cannot walk on the sand, but David, my husband, does love listening to the waves, and doing that. We helped a friend on Tuesday, and they were right near the beach, and unfortunately it was very, very messy waves, and David couldn't hear because he's blind. He couldn't hear the difference in the waves. Now, I think I'm going to leave the dottage for the moment because I'm not sure if I want it colour or if I want it in grey. So what I'm thinking of doing is like messily colouring these in with blends. So I'm thinking bright, not bright, but not, well, actually, I could use Parakeet Party for the greenery in these ones. I could go down the way of our in colours because I do have all of them in blends, and the basic grey ink does actually support using blends. So as I say, messily going to do this. So not perfect, but I am going to concentrate. I'm going to use a different greenery on the flower. And I know, do we do blue flowers or do we go... No, I've been doing a lot of red flowers recently, so I want to kind of stay away. So I could do Tahitian Tide or Starry Sky or even Orchid Oasis. So see, we've knocked back that fluorescence with the darker colour. So going in with the light, it's really fluorescent green, but going in with our dark, it does just knock it back a little bit and makes it a little bit less. Hello, I'm a fluoro green. It's a bright green, but it's not fluoro. Hey Shaz, how are you? You're on lambing duty. So lambing duty, that means they're about to be born, or you're looking after them and making sure they're fed. My husband would know this. He grew up in the country. I, on the other hand, grew up a street away from where I live. You did hear correctly. Blue flowers, Corinne. Okay, so I will grab out my Tahitian Tide for my blue flowers. But I will just keep going. This won't take me very long at all because we're not being particular. We're happy with leaving some white space. Or do you know what dottage might actually end up looking really nice? It's some Starry Sky dottage, just bringing in that rich, dark blue purple. That would look stunning. Okay, so I just did the second two vines. And I'm not doing any blending, but inherently these colours will blend together themselves. Ends up being a gorgeous green. Now I've got to work out my other greenery as well. Okay, so Tahitian Tide for our flowers, which I think will look gorgeous. So just going in first with our littles, and then I'm going to go in with, oh, actually I could use that quite nicely. Just giving them a bit of depth on the lines that the artist has given us, because they're telling us where it is nice and dark. So I've gone in with the dark there. Now I will go in with the light, avoiding that middle section, but it doesn't really matter if I go over it because I can still bring it up with some yellow. Actually, I think I want a little bit more pronounced dark. There we go. That's a little better. We'll use the brush end next time. Sometimes the bullet end works, sometimes it does not. So, yellow, 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 Daffodil Delight dark. I'll just give that a little splodge in the middle. That's probably a bit dark, but that will do. And I can't forget about my little one down here. So just a few little flowers here. Unsure about what greenery to go actually, because we've got the Tahitian tide. Do we go Granny Apple Green or Old Olive? Could use soft sea foam. Hey Carol, how are you? Ah, are you sure it's not, your ink pad's not really wet? Because I found those ink pads of mine did come particularly wet. So what I do, I use a bone folder to push the ink further into the ink pad, and then that helps. And then of course with all my stamps with an ink pad like that, I would make sure that I rub my hand, the palm of my hand, over them, just so you get the surface area prepped, ready to take the ink, and it doesn't bead. Because I know what you're describing is the ink beading, and that can kind of come down to those two things. Okay, and a little, just a dot of the yellow. Hopefully it's wet. Yeah, I would definitely, because you can even, hopefully everyone buys their re-inkers when they purchase their ink pads, because we are losing some re-inkers when the current Pale Papaya, Soft Suede, Evening Evergreen and Fresh Freesia go. And if you haven't got your re-inkers for those ink pads, I will get them now. But yes, what I would, if it's really that wet, you can stamp the whole ink pad off to some scrap paper, or you can do what I suggested. I do have a bone folder that I just use for ink, because I've been gifted so many bone folders over time, over my 12 years as a demo. So I just keep one for my inking, and I push the ink back in. It's not going to remove the ink like stamping it onto a scratch pad would, but it would help if you're a bit scared of doing that. Oh yes, I am good, thank you so much. Okay, you push the ink down, Leslie. Yeah, and if you don't want to push the ink down, definitely consider just stamping it off. So yeah, you feel like you're wasting the ink, but if you're not getting a great image, are you actually using those colors because of that? So it's kind of like you scale which one you want to go with. So yeah, I think everyone's came quite wet. So good to hear that I prefer them to come a little bit wet because I can deal with a little bit wet than dry. And then I have to use a quarter of a bottle of re-inker fixing it. Oh, that was a bit heavy-handed. Okay, now I'm thinking Granny Apple Green because it is just that tone darker, and I'm hoping that'll work well. So let's try it on this one down here. Oh, that's the bullet end. And our blends do actually have our two ends, so you've always got the choice. But for the type of colouring I'm doing, I definitely do prefer the brush end because I'm going for that whimsical look a lot because of function, because that's just how my hands work. So you can see it's, yeah, Old Olive would have been way too dark. Okay, now let's try this on this one. So are we thinking I'm going to need dottage? I think that will just soften it all a little bit. Now I know I haven't left a whole lot of white space on this, but I'm actually okay with the pattern that I have done. So there's not going to be anywhere to like put a card front, like to put a sentiment directly on the card front. It'll need to go onto something, but hey. And just a little dot, and now I'm just going to come in with my darker. I am just going to check how, no, I can't control it as well as a nice swipe with this. I always get a wiggly line if I'm trying to do little swipes. Just my hands. Oops, I forgot these two. They can be dark. Got that one and that one. Make sure you don't flick into those flowers. I'd hate them, although a blue-green flower is very nice. I'm loving how the Parakeet Party does just lift everything. It's just that nice bright colour. And I think I will definitely be bringing in the Starry Sky dottage. Oh, I forgot these ones completely. It's okay, I'll go in with the dark and then we finish off with the light. So nice relaxing colouring. I'm enjoying chatting and helping you guys out while I do this. Carol, I always love seeing your love hearts in the comments. Makes my heart happy. Okay, so this is what we have. So something different. Now I could soften the edges with some colour. So I could certainly bring in maybe the orchid to soften it, or do we like the white background? I'm just going to stand up over to the side here and grab my, well, I've got a splatter, but I'm thinking that splatter's a bit heavy. So I've got dottage in Artistically Inked and Way All Done. I really think that splatter, if I had more room, I would use it. No, there. That's, no. Okay, let's come across to these. I love that we have pictures on the spines. It makes life so much easier looking for splatter. A lot of the new sets don't have splatter, but I think I'm definitely grabbing out. So I could use Thanks a Bunch. That kind of has almost love heart splatter. Or I have, just let me have a look. So these ones are quite similar. And I like the variegation in this one. So I'm thinking those three, and we'll see how we go. Use soft sea foam. Yes, Corinne. That would look stunning. Okay. Perfect. Soft sea foam. I'll just need to grab out a, yes, perfect. Now, I definitely want some Starry Sky to bring, and we can use it stamped off. It's going to be different variations. I don't have Forever Fern, Kathy. I have been hauled over the coals about not having Forever Fern quite a bit recently, but it is a stamp set that never appealed to me. So I didn't buy it because I think at the time it came out, I had plenty of other sets that did what Forever Fern did, and now it's been around for so many years, I kind of think, why buy it now when I have a feeling it's going to go soon? Oh dear. Oh, that's not good, Carol. I know what it's like, and yeah, I'm a person who rolls ankles quite readily, so I know how you feel, and that on top of your normal is just no fun. So I've got my 3 different types of splatter. So I'm going to go in with my larger splatter first. And I'm going to stamp off straight away. I don't think I want to use it straight on as that. Now it's going to look terrible to start with. I just need to trust the process that it will end up looking amazing, because I'm looking at this and I did another card as part of my class and I went, oh, I stopped using splatter, and then someone who loves splatter went, oh my god, I love it, it looks so good, and I just went, are you kidding? Yeah, I just couldn't comprehend in my head that it looked nice at all. The only problem with this stamp, I have to be really, really careful because it's quite a shallow stamp. And I just have to ink very, very lightly with it. Okay, coming back in with my middle size one, tell me what you're thinking. Are we going too far or just far enough? Because I'm really got a lot of white space. I do want to bring in I do definitely want to bring in the stamping as suggested in soft sea foam. I think that will look just soft and lovely. But I'm definitely going to have to come back in and do more layering with this, but I love how it's just creating a background without doing anything. Hey Cindy, how are you? Okay, coming back with our big one and just, I don't really mind if I'm going over like my colouring and my stamping. It doesn't really bother me at all as long as I remember to stamp off. And then I'm going to go in with my smaller and different dottage. And I'm tipping it at this point just to fill in. I like that. Now I'm going to go in with my finer again, just to get that variegation of splatter so it doesn't look all the same, because that's not the desired result. So tell me what you're thinking of our dottage, because I'm not a dottage aficionado. I'm doing this to stretch myself. I really, really am. These aren't things that I normally get into. I'm going to give this a really, really good stamp off to remove that extra ink. But whenever you do ink it, it does just happen to grab all that stuff. I probably have gone way overboard. Hey Jeanette, how are you? Thank you for joining. You girls are way too quiet about my question of going too far. So that means I've gone too far, but I can't stop now. I'm missing. And then I am going to go in with the blending brush and bring it all together. I know we'll be using 3 different greens, but I guarantee you they won't be 3 ugly greens. I'll forever have this presentation in my head. It was really about Stampin' Up's colour coordination, and someone had gone to their local scrapbook shop, non-Stampin' Up of course, and tried to colour coordinate some greens and made exactly the same card using the ink and paper she was able to source from the scrapbook shop, and then made the same card with Stampin' Up products where you can coordinate the ink and the embellishment and all of that, and it was amazing. You like it. I'm a more is more, a little more in the corner. I think I got all 4 corners okay. So my soft sea foam is in my class stuff, and I think this will bring it together. So just give us a little bit of colour. You girls were right. I could have actually stamped all of this onto soft sea foam as well. That would have looked really, really nice. So I'm going to go around the edges, and then I'm going to ask your opinion as to do I go all the way to the middle or not. I suppose I'm going to have to if I cut it in half, because yeah, there's going to be a line. Oh, I haven't done that bottom bit. It doesn't even really change the colour of the flowers either. Oh, see, that looks lovely. I'm going to have a look at it on the screen. It's a bit busy, but dotage really enhanced that. Thank you, Carol. Oh no. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jeanette. Oh, what time have we got? We've got 1:05. I might come back and actually do the cards another day because I'm pretty happy. I'm just really just adding colour in the middle, but kind of what's left on my brush. So it is going that soft sea foam colour, but if I bring in a piece of white, not that I can find a piece right now. Yes, I can. Hopefully I'm not putting my inky hands on everything. Got plenty of plain white card fronts, so you can see how even in the middle I have lightened or darkened, coloured that. So I'm just going light, 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 and then I really start to put some pressure into it as I lose the ink, or the main ink. Okay, I'm really, really happy with those. Yes, all of you who are injured and dealing with your pain, I'm so sorry. So sorry. Okay, so what have we played with? Right, we'll take this away and look, you can see two very, very different, well, these are half sheet wonders, but same principle. Same principle. So we have used the exact same stamp set. We have used decorative borders to do both of these. Okay, so I used 1, 2, 3 for this one, and I used these two for this one, and I think the only two stamps I haven't used this week in my videos are these two little ones. I could have added them in places, but I don't think I really needed to. So this one is going to be great with a nice sentiment. This one I'm not sure what I'm going to do with. Oh, that's fine, Mon. I did half sheet wonders, Mon. Don't fall off your chair. Yeah, Mon, you may be my second brain here. I don't know if I need to add any more to this one. They both look great. Okay. They didn't take that long to do. That's the other thing I'm always worried about, is they take so long to do, but they didn't. So the only other things that I added was my 3 dotage stamps. I used this one in Artistically Inked. I used the bubbles in Whale Done, and I used these ones out of Thanks a Bunch. So this is a celebration set. I have done some non-carrot cards with this stamp set. Not that I'm not a fan of carrots, I just like eating with them. But yes, I use the dotage out of that, and I've done trees mainly, and some grass with this set. So that's what I've done, and that set is gone at the end of this month. So if you do want any of our celebration stuff, don't leave it too much longer. So speaking of celebration, I will be back next week celebrating celebration and using some celebration products with you. What else? Don't forget to check out my class. I basically sign-ups for class close this weekend. That is for my class at home. If you're in Australia, you will get a complete kit and access to the videos, and I think tomorrow in person ends, because class will be on Sunday. So if you're close to me and wanted to attend a class, Sunday at 1 p.m, and then I will send out the class at home. And for those of you who are nowhere near me and already have the two-tone flora, and don't need the class kit, you can order it. You can order my PDF and video tutorials, and they are just $10, and you will have everything you will need written down, and you can create them at home. So I'm halfway through filming the card videos. I kind of forgot to turn off my overhead light in this morning's video, but it looks pretty clear and you'll be able to see anything. You'll just see some shadows. I realized just as I was finishing this morning's card and went, no. But anyway, these things happen, don't they? So thank you so much for joining me and helping me with my 2 one-sheet wonders. I'll be back in a couple of weeks and we'll see what kind of cards we can make with them. But for the moment, we're just going to leave them as half-sheet wonders. Have an amazing weekend. Don't forget to sign up for my classes if you'd want. Ask any questions, and the decorative border stamp sets, all the inks and blends I have used are available in my online store. I look forward to seeing you guys next Tuesday on my Facebook Live. Bye.